Well, when we'd recorded the first single, we needed a name, and we agreed that the following morning we would see what we had, and the most one that sounded right we would go with, regardless of what it is. But I remember that morning actually, and we didn't have too many names, and I think Air Supply obviously was the...
Yeah. Well, I think we asked all the cast in the show too, in Superstar,
That's
to
right.
come up with a name, and they didn't take us seriously because they came up with really stupid names.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, that quite offended me that they didn't
Be
take
serious.
it seriously. But
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
it's not something specific, but it conjures up what the music is actually. You know.
Yeah,
if you think
melodies.
about it.
Yeah.
Air means melody.
Melody.
What was the second choice? If you didn't go with Air Supply?
I don't know. Is it
No, I don't.
something green or something like that?
Soylent Green.
The Soylent Greens.
I don't remember.
I can't remember that. I thought
Yeah.
it was something green.
Could have
The Greens.
been. The Nottingham Oddfellas.
They're Nottingham Oddfellas. I remember when we went back, it was a whole different feeling now that had happened. Remember
Yeah.
we were rehearsing in Sydney?
Yep.
For
For the
I
album.
remember, yeah, I remember
With
rehearsing.
Robbie.
Yeah, Chances and
Yeah.
and All Out of Love. It was great.
Yeah.
It was so exhilarating, you know.
Where did we do that, in Trafalgar? Or?
We did Lost in Love in Trafalgar. All Out of Love we did at Paradise
Right.
Studios.
Oh, right. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
But by the time we'd finished the album, which ultimately was the Lost in Love album, Lost in Love was #2 on Billboard, so we were like over the moon. So it was such a great feeling. I'll never forget that.
You know, it's funny too, sometimes I listen to Lost in Love and I remember Trafalgar doing it with Charles and
Yeah.
Peter Walker, the engineer,
Yeah.
and that little studio,
Yeah.
and doing
Yeah.
the backgrounds in that
Mm.
booth forever, and you know, it's...
Yeah. Because when we recorded Lost in Love, I remember it was me and Ralph. There was
Right.
no click tracks in those days, and it was just me and Ralph. And I had playing a 6-string, and it was very low key, but Ralph just set up this beautiful little groove, and
Yeah.
I went, yeah, and it was in that tiny little cubicle.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was sitting there. I could hardly swing
Yeah.
around, you know.
Couldn't swing a mouse in there.
That's right, and but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was like our cavern.
It was too. That's funny.
Yeah, amazing.
No, we've done it all. We've had we've worn, you know, sequins, and we wore like army kind of pants tucked into boots, and bright things, black things.
Yeah.
We never wore spandex though.
No.
We were just after spandex, I think. You know.
Well, when you've been together for so long, it's hard to come up with new things to wear. And so, you know, now we wear things that we feel very comfortable in, but that we feel good in, that look great. You know, I mean, I think that's most important for us individually as people, to feel very positive and energized. We have great fans.
They call themselves airheads.
They're
too,
airheads,
which is great.
and we have airheads in, I think, 90 countries now. It's like it's an online club. It doesn't cost anything, but they all talk to each other from 90 countries, and there's thousands of them. And so consequently, when we come to their country, as we ultimately do, then they're there. But and we send out newsletters, and we tell them they have certain privileges that other fans don't get. You know, like they figure out, we tell them what we're going to do
Before anybody else.
before
knows.
anybody else,
Yeah.
before we even know.
Before we know.